it's only me, and I've been thinking, how do I get myself into the wonderful world of Unreal? It's really empty without me in there. I want to get in there. So I'm going to use something called NDI. So NDI is a set of free tools you can download, and as you can see, it allows me to stream things like webcams, other video sources, cameras, and particularly Character Animator. So what's going on in Character Animator? Can you see down here? See that? There's a little blue button. It's that thing I need to switch on. That's really important because that kind of enables something called Mercury Transit, and NDI picks up on it, and then I can use that to draw something called media texture in Unreal. It's also important that I'm in Unreal on a transparent background, right? So I'm picking one of those, and if you go to the NDI, there's a wonderful little tool called the Source Monitor, and you can see there I am in NDI. I am now being streamified, and you can see I've got on a checkerboard background. That means I'm a live source with kind of a transparent background. That's all well and good. So, right, I'm going to go over here. I'm going to hide away. Let's concentrate on what's going on in Unreal. So, first of all, I need to enable a plugin, and if we go to Edit Plugins, I'm looking for an experimental one called NDI Media, okay? So you should have that from like 5.6 onwards. I'm in 5.7. I need to restart, so I'll see you in a moment. Okay, so we're back in Unreal, and we've enabled the NDI plugin. So I'll go back over here. Actually, I'll leave myself down here. You can see me chatting away while we do our magic. So if I go to content, I'm going to, first of all, I need to get a NDI media source, because now I've enabled that plugin. You see these two things are in the media component. So if I get media source, I'll call this one NDI character. Give it a name so I know what it is. The only thing I really need to do with this is go to the configuration, because I've got NDI launched and running in live. You can see that it can see all of the things that are streaming in the background. So I want Character Animator. Apply that. So that's in the configuration. It's looking for that NDI source. That is literally all I need to do here. So I'm going to save that. The next thing I need is a media player. Because if I don't have a media player, I can't play that source in the world. So I go to media player here. It's going to ask me, do I want a video output as media texture? So I say yes. I might as well get that win in quick. Click OK, and again I control this like NDI player. Yeah, just something so I know what I got. And you can see it's made the media texture ready for it. Again, all I need to switch on here is literally click on that, double click on it, and it'll take a moment to build up the kind of connection between the bits. But there I am, and give it a few seconds just to kind of stabilize. And there you go, you can see I'm kind of playing really nice and string, so be a bit patient. But the next bit's really important. I can't close this window, it's a live streaming to my kind of virtual production puppetry. So I'm just going to kind of squeeze me down and keep me out of the way. So let's put me down, kind of down here. Right, what can I do now? Well, I need something to be in this world, so what better than a wonderful plane, and if I instantly drag the media texture onto it, well, there I am, I'm in the world, and I'm a material. It's made me into a material tiger. Right, so you can see I've got a little bit of a shadow. We've got some issues, bit of a little exploration of those issues, but you can see that, there I am, for my webcam. So you can see I've got material, and, with the usual kind of blueprints for those materials. If I want to go a bit further, you can play around with the kind of reflectivity as that kind of material as well. Because at the moment it's just simply the colour and the masked transparency as from the alpha, because it's streaming the alpha, is masking live. But, you know, I might want to adjust things like specularity, roughness and metallic to stop me looking a little bit kind of shiny. I'm a little bit shiny. But it depends on how you kind of want me in worlds. Right, so next thing is, though, I'm a media texture and I'm coming in off a 16:9 aspect ratio source. So really, I should make sure that I start by maybe making the plane of 16:9 proportionally. And then if I scale down, I'm going to kind of maintain that kind of aspect ratio. I can be as big as I want in that world. And there I am, big. I am there literally being puppeteered live in Unreal. Right, okay, so let's have a look at some of the issues. Well, here's a biggie. And top tips to Mr. Windbrush for kind of showing this one. I can see I'm moving light. My shadow ain't. I'm not sure if it's a glitch, it's a bug, if it's a problem with kind of the NDI source, but the little trick is if I create a level sequence, and I'll call it like wiggle light, because all I want to do is literally, if I update the light in the world, you can see here, if I move the value of the light and move, it's updating the shadows. So that kind of constantly has to be doing something. So all I do is I'm going to bring the directional light over here. I'm going to add a transform to it. And then all I'm going to do is do something like not really changing its stuff, but enough to kind of update it in the world. So I'm going to kind of add a value to the roll, and it's going to change it ever so slightly, and it doesn't need to be too much. And then just make sure that's kind of looping in world. And because that sequence is playing, you can see that now my shadow is constantly updated as well in the game space. So that's a little trick we could kind of do. The other thing is sometimes my whiskers might look a little bit kind of a bit problematic, so it's something I could do there. It's not in the plugins. If I go into project settings, you could look at the anti-aliasing and switch it off from like temporal. So at the moment it's going to switch off to none. So if you've kind of noticed that you've got sort of like little streaky blurry trails from the masked thing, maybe play around with the anti-aliasing and just avoid the temporal one. That seems to kind of get rid of that, but there we go. We got Unreal, we got Character Animator, there I am, and kind of in both worlds, literally very no latency, and have to start thinking of some like little TV show I could do. Well, I'm on TikTok now, and so it's all about TikTok. So, you know, keep curious. I'm showing you a little start to get going. You know, use that one little tool there to stream me out into the NDI. And, yeah, here I am in all my glory. And, keep curious. Touchy bye. Touchy bye.